great way to understand who can do what and what are the right applications to run on which cloud. So if you're worried about the challenges that you might face in the cloud, theubercloud.com would be a good place to check out, at least to read the cases. So when you have so many providers and so many different ways of doing high-performance computing in the cloud, where do you start is the biggest question. So we realized that issue throughout our experiments, and we know for a fact that not every cloud is right for every application. There's just no way. And it is also not possible to take any application and run it on any cloud there is. And you might also be worried about the security requirements of your organization, and different cloud providers provide different benefits in that. So last year we have launched the UberCloud Marketplace. The idea of the UberCloud Marketplace is, can you bring all these providers into one place so that the consumer can select which one is the best tool for their case study. So you can see how these two environments connect to each other. By having the UberCloud experiments, we learn more about the companies who are providing these services, and by collecting them into the UberCloud Marketplace, we give the end users the opportunity to buy in a unified purchasing environment. So when we launched the UberCloud Marketplace, we realized we were leaving a large chunk of software vendors out all of a sudden, because they did not necessarily have cloudified their applications. They just haven't gotten there yet. So when you look at the next step for UberCloud, we call it the SaaS, Software as a Service Factory. We can tell the software vendors, bring your software, whether it is cloudified or not, and we will help you get those applications to the cloud. So that's where our technology built around Docker containers came into play. And the idea there is, can we build a builder where you can put just about any sort of on-premise application into a container? At this point, only Linux supported, so that's important to note. And within this builder, we have developed what we refer to as base containers. Base containers provide some of the basic tool sets, let's say performance measurement tools, let's say MPI libraries, that many software providers will require. And we can add their applications on top of this base container and then put it onto a launcher, which will take it into either an on-premise or private or even the public cloud. So today I'm going to have Kaan come up in just a few minutes and talk about how Ozan Cloud, one of our customers, launched a product and a service on top of this structure. So when you look at the way we have built the container technology, you can see that we have a unique advantage in handling some very thorny problems that the cloud may present. One of those is, can you create an environment where resources are infinitely available? Well, if you can take your containerized application to just about any cloud, you save yourself from a lot of hassles in terms of not being able to run your application or not having the right type of resource. As we know, not every cloud provider can have all the different types of environments you might need. And portability is a challenge that we are unique in terms of solving. You can literally take our containers from one cloud to another, and they will operate the same way. So I will turn it over to Kaan here. But as Kaan is coming up, I will talk about a few things that you should watch out for as he's talking. Everything that Kaan will show today in Ozan Cloud is running inside of a Docker container. Who here is familiar with Linux containers, Docker containers? Yeah, so you'll find it interesting to see that a pretty powerful CAE application can run inside of a Docker container. And you will also see pre- and post-processing, Kaan point out. All of that is being done in the cloud. He's not going to do anything on the desktop. Everything that he does will be running inside of the container. You'll see CAD geometries running inside of the cloud. You'll see the end result of your simulation being displayed again on the cloud. And to enable fast and high-resolution graphics, we are also able to hook this environment up to GPU-based clusters. So you can get the benefit of that. Kaan, I will turn it over to you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Thanks for that introduction, Burak. I'm a project engineer at Ozan Engineering, and I'm here just to talk about UberCloud. So just first a little bit of background on Ansys. Burak touched on this earlier in his presentation, but Ansys is a CAE tool, and it's a suite of CAE tools, actually. It has the market-leading FEA tool, Ansys Mechanical, the market-leading CFD tool, Ansys Fluent. It is CAD independent, so it does not bias you towards any particular CAD system. It does not sell or compete with SolidWorks or Autodesk or what have you. And so by offering these various CAE tools and having them be best in class many times, they can offer what's called a depth and breadth approach that we believe is unique to Ansys. And another thing about Ansys is high-performance computing is not just a check mark in a feature table. They do work on this every single release. And in fact, this chart here is from the latest release, 16, released just this week. And it shows the work they've been doing on making sure that it scales as close to ideal as possible for as you throw it at greater and greater hardware. So I mentioned I was from Ozan Engineering, so a little bit of background on who we are. So we provide the local Ansys expertise in the Silicon Valley. We are located right there in Sunnyvale, and one of our strengths is the technical support we give. So customers can call us, they can walk in, they can email us. They don't have to deal with automated systems or ticket systems. And we look at ourselves as sort of the Ansys advocate for Silicon Valley, but also Silicon Valley's advocate to Ansys. So the input we have on the software, working with our customers here, gets taken into account by Ansys in terms of the new features and directions that they go towards. So on that thread of providing services to our users, we are offering a new service called Ozan Cloud, and this is essentially just putting Ansys in the cloud. And here are just sort of the main highlights. So instant compute capacity, that's been discussed several times today, I'm sure, but I don't need to reiterate to you the benefits of the cloud. You also have Ozan Cloud also offers a familiar desktop user interface and workflow. So our customers, if they're using a workstation or a server at their company to do their work, they will not have to learn a new workflow. They can use Ozan Cloud just about exactly the same as a system sitting right in front of them. And more along that ease of use thread is the easy file transfer with Dropbox. And then so we've focused a lot on just ease of use to make that transition seamless from that workstation under their desk to the Ozan Cloud server in the cloud. And this is important because you do not want to be in that space of trying to train somebody on the cloud as well. Engineers are busy enough as it is.